Hello and welcome to another review match of sportsbash.in. It was Punjab Kings versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. KL Rahul versus David Warner. An interesting match but a low scoring match. Punjab Kings could only make 120 runs, and for a mighty batting lineup of Sunrisers Hyderabad, that seemed to be a very low total. It was a great match, and to discuss more about this match, I have two of my friend panelists, Nishant Barai and Dwaipayan Mukherjee. So first, I would want to come to Nishant and ask him, Nishant, what do you have to say about the two changes in the team? Both the teams had two new players, and finally, what we were talking for very long, Williamson was back in Sunrisers Hyderabad. How did these two changes affect the playing 11, and what is your general say about the match today?
First of all, hi Manthan, hi Dwaipayan. So now coming back to the match, talking about the changes made by Punjab, I think they were trying to strengthen their batting lineup. And against the, not to forget that SRH has got one of the best bowling lineup. If I can say, they are the second best in the IPL after Mumbai Indians. So to face them, I think Punjab tried to strengthen their batting lineup and bringing in two all-rounders in place of two fast bowlers. Like they replaced Moises Henriques, who is a good all-rounder from Australia, and Fabian Allen is one of the best all-rounders for West Indies currently. He is not in the limelight much because he doesn't play much international cricket or much IPL. But yeah, if you have seen him in the CPL, in the Caribbean Premier League, he is a very good fielder, a good bowler, and also he can hit some few shots when it comes to the finishing of the game. So I think there were very good changes, and so they didn't work well. Moises Henriques was not good enough for today. Fabian Allen did took a wicket, and he also fielded good, but Punjab's batting order totally collapsed, like in the a match before the previous one. A failure by Gale, failure by Pooran. Rahul was a failure. So I don't blame it on these all-rounders, but I can more blame on the top order batsmen who were a failure. And considering the changes made by SRH, those were really, I think David Warner heard us a discussion. They heard our discussion in the previous video where I said that Kedar Jadhav and Ken Williamson both should be brought in because experience was they were lacking. Was the thing where they were lacking, and Kedar Jadhav is not is going to purple patch is not good enough in the previous season and also in this season. He didn't get any chance, but Kedar Jadhav is someone who can finish the game for you, and SRH didn't have any designated finisher. So I think Kedar Jadhav was a good option, and Ken Williamson, I don't think there were any reasons why David Warner couldn't have taken him in because the middle order problems they were facing, Ken Williamson is the one who can solve it in the future matches. So yeah, good comeback by SRH, and think I hope they do it more in the upcoming matches. And I really like Kavya Maran smiling, so I want them to win.
I was really going to include that in discussion, like her smile and all the memes after that is really a part of the match now.
कैमरामैन मतलब वहां पे ही फोकस करता है पूरा
Exactly.
कहाँ
And
कहाँ पे
she
काव्य मरन विकेट गिरी काव्य मरन का फोटो छक्का लगा काव्य मरन.
that's amazing. Like it's always a viewing treat, right? So talking more about SRH, I would come to Vaipan and want to ask about Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. This is for the like on very few occasions you see him bowling 3 overs of the first 6 overs. And the last time he did this was way back in 2019, and coincidentally, the team at that point was also Punjab Kings. So, what do you think? Was it a coincidence, or is this some strategy that was decided between Warner and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar way before the match, or was this very spontaneous right when the match began? So, what do you have to say about this bowling strategy of Bhuvaneshwar Kumar?
Yes, good question. Before answering that, I had one thing I had to add is that I feel after Sunrisers Hyderabad saw Rajasthan Royals player Rian Parag bowling like this, they felt like we have a player who can do the same thing for us, and also add that bowling cushion. So no, I mean jokes apart, Jadhav is a good inclusion to the side. We'll come to that more. But about Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, I feel the first opening two three games he hasn't had much of an impact. What is Bhuvan? There's a general pattern, Pumra, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar or Jofra Archer when he used to play. 2 overs at the start, 2 overs at the death. Bumrah more 1 over at the start, 1 over in the between of the innings, and 2 overs at the death. But now, when we know that the opposition side's best bowlers come at a particular phase in the innings, or the batsman can pace their innings accordingly. It brings a sense of predictability, that can generally provide an edge to the batting side. They can line the bowlers in a specific way and score runs. Bhuvneshwar Kumar bowling 3 overs in the power play is a new thing. Batsmen wouldn't have seen that coming. And it's also something that Bhuvi would have enjoyed, because in the last 3 games he has really been taken to the cleaners in the death overs. So I feel it is a step in the right direction. He did not complete his quota of overs, which is strange because he did well in the first 3 overs. He had conceded
Actually,
only 16
he
runs.
is injured, I think. Actually, he's injured, and he
Oh,
might not be playing the next game. I
Bhuvi and
think.
his injuries,
Yeah,
yeah. India
it's
is
just news
wounding
to
by
us
that
that
fact. Yeah,
he was
Bhuvaneshwar
injured.
Kumar injury, then it's sad, but yeah, it's a new thing. And imagine the day Pumra comes in and bowls three in the power play. It won't happen, but it's a different thing. The opposition would not have seen that coming. And in a T20 game, I feel predictability is a thing that people should not go so much. Unpredictability is the formula to win, because with all the technology, everything is available. Teams know the plans, strategies, and all. So, good thing Bhui bowling 3 overs in the power play. We might as well see it happen more or not according to game situations.
Okay. So, right from Bhuvaneshwar's injury to Williamson's return to SRH to the owner's beautiful smile, we have discussed enough of Sunrisers Hyderabad. Talking about Punjab Kings, and when we want to talk about Punjab Kings, the first thing that comes to my mind is Nicholas Pooran. Now, this question I really want to put forward to both of you. First, to you, Nishant. Like, don't you think it's high time Nicholas Pooran finds his way to the benches and not to the team? Like, we have not seen him perform at all. Like, where do you fit him in the Punjab Kings place 11?
Uh, Actually, I don't blame Nicholas Pooran today. He didn't face any ball. He got out on a diamond duck. Zero ball face, zero run scored. I don't blame him. Yeah, he has failed in the previous 3 innings, but we have seen Ruturaj Gaikwad today. He failed in the three innings. He came back in the fourth inning and scored 64 runs today. But sorry.
It's fine. Go ahead.
So I don't think we have seen many players like they are failed in the 3 4 innings, but they have come back after if they are given much chances. So Nicholas Puran had a very bad luck today, I must say, because direct hit by David Warner, and he could see only one single stump. Even wicketkeeper was not hasn't reached there. So I think that was a pure bad luck for Nicholas Puran. He didn't get any single ball to face. So I really don't blame him. I think he should be given more chances, one or two, not more, but one or two chances where he can prove, and he should also be promoted up the order. Like if wicket goes down first, I think he should promoted to number three. He should be sent before Chris Gale to just give him a chance to prove himself. Because in the previous 3 matches also we saw that he came at for 14th over, 13th over, except one match. But yeah, he's got a potential, and if he gets a chance to pace his inning, he will definitely prove for the Punjab team.
Weapon,
Yeah,
what do
what
you
I have
think?
to add is that,
Yeah.
yes, I learned many things in cricketing terms today. Golden tuck is zero of one ball, silver tuck is zero of two balls, diamond tuck is zero balls, and in 4 innings so far, Pooran has managed all three of them. So it's not a very good phase that he's going through. There's also a thing called platinum tuck, where I read about today, when a batsman gets out at the first ball of a test match, very first ball.
Yeah,
But okay, too many tucks we have on a show. But Puran, I feel he is a X factor player. X factor is something that we use too much in our show, but it's like on the day when he comes off, he'll do well. But is he becoming like the Maxwell of 2020, where KL Rahul management, Punjab management showed a lot of trust, faith, hope in him, but he could not deliver. Puran, but I feel that the two Australian pacers, Jai Richardson and Meredith, not playing this game is a strong signal to Puran as well. We have sent 22 crores. They are sitting in the bench, not performing well.
Yeah.
No matter how much money we are sent, it's your turn now. You have to perform well. You can't take your position for granted. And Nishant was right. Today's innings he could not do much, but still there has to be a day now when he comes up and needs to cover for the three diamond, golden, silver, everything. Yeah.
Yeah. See, when I got to learn about the diamond duck, when Nishant said, I didn't know about this concept, right? But talking about Chris Gale versus Rashid Khan. So, Nishant, I would want to ask you this. You have a Caribbean power hitter, Chris Gale, versus Afghan smart spinner, Rashid Khan. And this rivalry and the way Rashid Khan did this LBW to Chris Gale, what do you have to say about this?
I think if you consider 10 such contests when Chris Gale is facing Rashid Khan, 8 out of 10 times Rashid Khan will definitely get Chris Gale, because Rashid Khan is one of the smartest bowler, and he has that brilliant googly, which I don't think any of the batsmen in this world currently, not even Virat Kohli or not even De Villiers, has answer to it. So Rashid Khan is definitely one of the most smartest. And also a few days ago, if you know that K. Srikanth, who is one of the former Indian cricket, also said that not Gale, not David De Villiers, not Virat Kohli, but Rashid Khan is the most valuable IPL player in IPL history. So if some legend is talking about him, so I do think that he has got that ability. And uh, Chris Gale, yeah, on some day when Chris Gale is having a bit of luck or he's on his zone, he can hit Rashid Khan for sixes. And we saw that in the previous season when Chris Gale smashed Rashid Khan, and that was, I think, the first time when someone took Rashid Khan on a toll on such a, like, he was hitting sixes to Rashid Khan. So I don't think that Chris Gale has any answer to it, and I was almost sure that Rashid Khan will definitely get him, and so did he. So yeah, Rashid Khan is even if
You know
for
what
in
I
future, if
feel over here? Yeah, I have
yeah,
one point to add is that I feel by this point of time is Rashid Khan getting into the heads of the batsmen, because somewhere we saw Moses Henriques today. He did not come up with a bat. He came out with a broomstick. He one ball turned in, one ball turned out, and then he tried to play the sweep shot. Batsmen are struggling, not only struggling, but they're also panicking a bit in the
even
short
Deepak
selection.
Huda was doing the same
Deepak
thing. They were
Huda, yes,
hitting
he
every
he
ball.
was
They were
able to
hitting
play that one reverse sweep, and that after that, so Rashid Khan has had a very, mental impact on the batsman. You
mental
on the
impact.
day,
Plus, he's very sharp. I think the way he's changes, no one is able to predict. No one is able to see that he's bowling a googly or he'll bowl a leg spin. The way he's
yeah,
playing with his fingers, I don't think anyone has an answer. And even
So,
we
do you
saw
think
David Williams
when
getting
Murli,
out to him.
do you think Murli Dharan had a role to play as a bowling coach in the grooming of Rashid Khan?
Yeah, definitely. For Muralidharan, if such a legend who has 1300 plus wickets is guiding you, Rashid Khan was a very good bowler, but to make him take him to a certain level, I think Muralidharan played a big role. And
Okay.
even he was the same. He used to do the same thing with the batsman. He used to play with his fingers, and the batsman couldn't understand like whether it would be
Correct.
a dusra or whether it would be a off swing. So I think, yeah, Muralidharan does have a role to play in Rashid Khan, but Rashid Khan is definitely
It's
one
naturally
of
a
the
good
best,
spinner, yeah.
actually good spinner. Yeah.
Absolutely.
to put things into perspective, last point upon this Rashid Khan topic is that we understand the one player's achievements only when you compare it with a very similar player. Yuzvendra
Yeah.
Chahal. He's a good spinner. He's India's leading spinner, but he's going through a run of form where I feel batsmen now know what is coming from him. Murli Dharan he's a legend, 1300 wickets and all, big thing. But at that time, I feel there was an edge to the bowlers because the technology was not so much there to provide batsmen with those tapes of what he does. Nowadays, people have got analysts, people have got specific people with sitting at the laptop saying, "Agar uska haath aisa ghumta hai, ye aayega, ye."
Hmm.
Okay, it's easier to say like this, but
Yeah.
there's more help now.
Yeah.
Rashid Khan is not a new bowler now. He made his IPL debut back in 2017. 5 years, seven. Okay, but he's still prevalent. He's still effective. Batsmen are still not being able to do
I
it.
still think that analysts won't be able to help because रशीद खान की आर्म स्पीड देखी आप लोगों ने. इस तरह से वो आर्म स्पीड
You
घुमाता
can't.
है, आपको दिखेगा ही नहीं, इतनी मिली सेकंड में दिखेगा ही नहीं कि वो किस तरह उसने हाथ घुमा है. जैसे उसकी कंपैरिजन आप चाहल को देख लो, तो कंपेरेबली his arm speed is bit low, bit low, so you can definitely you can see that. But Rashid Khan had got that edge. The arm speed is very high. So I don't think
Yeah.
analysts can help him in the future as well. Any batsman.
Correct.
Yeah.
Talking about another SRH star performer today, Johnny Bairstow. Like, of course, he didn't have a big pressure to chase a big score, but still, it was good innings. He's carried on his form which he had in the India-England series, and brilliant stuff. So, Dwaipayan, your word on Bairstow's innings today.
Yeah, Bairstow, I feel, he comes from the Morgan's England school of batting. He irrespective of the conditions, how it's playing the assistance to the bowlers, he will go one way. But why I feel Bairstow's innings today had was of a massive significance is because he was able to curb his instincts. He was able to play away from his usual game, and he was there till the end to take his team across the line. I feel in that which game in one game as Sunrisers Hyderabad, Peresto, yes, Shahbaz Ahmed, when he bowled that
Mhm.
over, Peresto slogged through the line, the shot went up, the ball ballooned up. Sunrisers Hyderabad lost that game. The In this game, what was special was that Warner, Peresto, Williamson was all that took to. Yes, the chase was not too much. 120 was all that it had to be scored, but still it had its challenges. It was not easy. And Persto's knock, the runs scored does not, he scored 48, 49. Whatever the amount of runs he scored, it was the way he applied himself that makes this knock special.
Great. So I think with this we would end this discussion over here. It was a bad day for Punjab Kings. Finally, Sunrisers Hyderabad won the first match in this season. And sorry for being biased, but I personally love this trio of Warner, Williamson, and Bairstow. Like Australia, England, and New Zealand players, they're just fantastic. And so I would like to thank Nishant and Dwaipayan for joining me in this discussion. And to all our viewers, please comment your views in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel and see you tomorrow in another match review video. Thank you so much.